and Mr. Devesh Chandra Thakur is a spokesperson of the JDU. And today, Bihar is in a situation where not just the JDU, the RJD and the BJP, all three are led by leaders who have been part of the JP movement. So that's a shared territory. Clearly a state where the Congress stands no ground. The only ground on which rulers, opponents, allies stand is the ground of Jaiprakash Narayan. And I would also like to correct here that somewhat, very much in stature, your first debate opening up the Sardar versus Nehru debate, the second one is opening up the stature of certain other leaders who were anti-Congress but played a very, very historical role in the democracy of India as we see it today. And for the first time, I'm hearing a JDU spokesperson refer to him not as Lok Nayak, but as Mr. Jaiprakash Narayan. I think that's not an error, but just in terms of style, I think it was historically accepted that here was the Lok Nayak, the Jan Nayak was Karpuri Thakur, and Lok Nayak was JP. So to a certain extent, Nitish Kumar will have to build his party better.
Respond, Manisha Priya. You've thrown the ball back into the court of the JDU and the Congress with your opening comments here. Manisha, let's get a response, please. First, this is now, Manisha completely strengthens the case initially built by Smriti Irani that anti-Congressism was the core. She says even today in Rajgir, Nitish Kumar goes and makes a speech about anti-Congressism and then speaks a different language in Patna, and he will speak a different language when he wants to go to Delhi. Devesh Thakur, please counter her, please. If you want to, of course.
Arnab, I didn't hear your last lines, your last words. I couldn't hear there's something wrong with the line. But if you're hearing me, I would like to say...
No, I said if you want to counter her, you can. I just said if you want to counter her, you can.
No, definitely. If she has reminded me that Mr. Jaiprakash Narayan is known as Lok Nayak Jaiprakash Narayan, there's nothing wrong with that. Welcome to that. I will refer him to, as we always respect Mr. Jaiprakash Narayan, is a very respected, one of the most respected figures in Bihar. And is known as Lok Nayak Jaiprakash Narayan. That's okay.
People gave him that title.
Agreed, okay, that's all. No, agreed, he was given the title. We are not debating that issue. We are not debating that issue. Whether Jan Nayak, Karpuri Thakur or Lok Nayak Jaiprakash Narayan, we are not debating that issue. What we are saying is this party, all these are products of Jaiprakash Narayan's standing up against the Hitlerian attitude of the Congress, the imposition of emergency, the corruption, etc. all the time. There's no doubt about that. And corruption, yes. And corruption. No doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. Who's disputing that? Who is disputing that? No doubt about that. Absolutely. Number one. But that does not mean that anyone from outside the state, anyone who's trying to become a prime minister, comes into the state and starts saying wrong things about Jaiprakash Narayan and equating JP with BJP. That is not something which is acceptable. That is what I was saying.
Well, Arnab, I would like to make a point here, if you allow me.
No, but you've not answered. No. Smriti, would you like to come back to the... You've not answered the initial point made by Smriti Irani and now backed up. Okay, Rita Bahuguna Joshi also wants to counter Manisha Priyam. Before that, yes, Rita Bahuguna Joshi. Do you think, Rita Bahuguna Joshi, do you think, one second, do you think Nitish Kumar should first come clear on what he said about Narendra Modi in 2003? Why he praised Narendra Modi in 2003? Yes, Ms. Joshi, that's to you.
Can I go? Okay, fine. Well, I want to ask one question with Ms. Priya. That is, she talked about JP's anti-Congressism. I would like to ask her, what would he have said if on the 2002 massacre in Gujarat, did he believe in the RSS ideology? No. He was a secular person. Would he have endorsed Modi as the incumbent prime minister because once the RSS had supported him? No. So please don't only talk about anti-Congressism. He was an ideology. And history is not a static affair. What he did was relevant to the 80s, if I agree with you. but not relevant to 2011-2014. We have to see history in perspective, and those historians, please, I am also from the history stream, who stick to the past and do not move on with the times, they cannot be analysts. So please do not try to put your times on them. You have to analyze them in their own state, in their own era. So 80s is not 2020. So please remember this, and I will again say that Modi ji represents RSS ideology. He represents divisive
Counter!
politics,
Rita Bahuguna
and
Joshi,
it should
take
have
a
never been
counter. We have 4
acceptable to
minutes on the
JP.
debate.
It could
4
have
minutes
never
on the
been
debate, and I have a
acceptable to
counter for
JP.
you. May I go ahead with my counter to you, please? Rita Bahuguna Joshi. Smriti Irani wants to respond. My counter first before that. Tonight on the news, Rita Bahuguna Joshi, Congress spokesperson, has said 80s is not 2013. History is not static. Now my question is, what about 2005? In 2005, in the January of 2005, Miss Rita Bahuguna Joshi, Nitish Kumar said the following about the riots, which you take a position about, the Gujarat riots. He says, I quote, "It is a political stunt." He talks about the Congress. He talks about you. He talks about your raising Gujarat as a political stunt. And he wants the Congress, and he wants you that you cannot take advantage of the Gujarat riots again and again and again. 2005, not 80s, Rita Bahuguna Joshi. If history is static, should we forget what Nitish Kumar said in 2005?
He is a politician, he is there, he is the Chief Minister of a state for 10 years. He has all the right to change his views. But you cannot say that a man's views are going to be the same all along.
So politicians are not expected to be consistent.
If he has realized his mistake, it's good that he has realized that he was on the wrong side.
A politician's views on issues of secularism can change overnight.
To the inclusive politics, if he wants to come to move out of the politics that RSS does, he's most welcome.
In December 2002, no, one second. In December 2002, I'm seeing Smriti wants to rebut, but here's what he says in December 2002. You know, going by that argument, politicians are expected to be honest and consistent, Devesh Thakur. Congratulating the BJP on its victory, Nitish Kumar said on Narendra Modi's victory in the state assembly elections in 2002, and I quote, "The people of Gujarat were aggrieved with the kind of image painted outside the state, and hence they reacted in this way."
Holmes, do you want to respond to this?
I want Devesh Thakur to respond.
Arnab, I think there have been umpteen number of times when you have quoted what Mr. Nitish Kumar has said in 2002, in 2003, in 2005. I think we forget that when he was part of the NDA government at that time, and with Mr. respected Atal Bihari Vajpayee as the leader of the NDA, and we being part of the NDA, I don't know how you expect of Mr. Nitish Kumar to have said anything elsewhere, or anything else. It was quite natural when you are part of if you are part of a coalition, when you are part of a government, and that too a central government, and that too under the umbrella of the leadership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. I don't know whether anyone else could have said anything else. These are the compulsions of coalition politics. One has to go on with it. One has to accept the realities of the political realities of the ground, and go on with it. And I don't know why those things have to be repeated all the time.
No, this is not old things. This is because she said, don't go back to the 80s, I'm going back to 2005. I mean, because Rita Bahuguna Joshi said, don't go back to the 80s. So I went to 2005. What wrong have I done? However,
well, I'll tell you one thing.
If he wants to go back on his...
Arnab, you must remember, Mr. Shankar Singh Waghela was not only the leader of the BJP, he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat of the BJP. And then he went over to the Congress. Now, are you going to question him all the time about what he said at that time? Are you going to question the BJP leaders why he left?
Then let's go to the present. My last question is.
Going to question the Congress?
My last question to the BJP. 1 second. Smriti and then closing comments from Manisha Priyam. चुन चुन के विरोधियों को साफ करो. चुन चुन के विरोधियों को साफ करो is not the language of democracy. Hunkar is the BJP's ahankar. चुन चुन के विरोधियों को साफ करो, even if you are extremely aggressive, is not the language of democracy, is it, Smriti Irani? Do you need this kind of super aggressive behavior? This is what Modi said, by the way.
Are you telling me Hindi is not the language of democracy? Are you telling me Hindi is not the language of democracy? Now, since I've heard everyone patiently, Arnab, there are 2-3 points. I'm replying to whatever you're asking me tonight. There are 2-3 points that I would like to make in my closing comment. First, let me congratulate Rita ji for her gallant defense of Nitish Kumar. So gallant that for the first time I've heard a Congress spokesperson on Times Now say that Jaiprakash Narayan ji's entire movement was relevant in that time, thereby proclaiming on Times Now that Indira Gandhi was dictatorial, that Indira Gandhi was corrupt. Let me also add here that Ms.
I'm
Rita
sorry,
Smriti
in her debate today, if you're making the closing comment, you cannot talk like that. Those were good. I will not
She's rebutting you. She said, no, you said that you don't want to be misinterpreted. She has the right to say she doesn't want to be misinterpreted. I'm letting Rita Bahuguna Joshi come back.
She was a lady. She was a millennium lady.
Ma'am,
I'm letting Rita Bahuguna Joshi counter you.
You should be proud that Indira Gandhi belongs to India. Please don't talk
proud
like
of a dictator like Indira Gandhi.
To make this comment. No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, Smriti ji, I will not let you.
You are the one who made that comment. I'm sure Arnab can roll back the tape for you.
I said the politics of 80s was not relevant.
You said it was relevant, ma'am.
The politics of 90s is not relevant in 2000.
Ma'am, you said whatever Mr. Jaiprakash Narayan did was relevant then.
Today. Times change. Times change.
Arnab, in this cacophony, may I be permitted to give my closing remarks?
You cannot do this. No. You can't
You
make
are,
a
ma'am,
remark which is derogatory.
thereby certifying the fact that Nitish Kumar
I give you quickly 20 seconds left, please, for you.
You cannot. You talk about.
Let me just say in the last 20 seconds.
क्या मतलब होता है? कैसे आप चुन
Let me just say in the last 20 seconds.
मारोगे? आप मार चुके हैं.
Let me say in the last 20 seconds. Miss Rita Bahuguna Joshi, in the last 20 seconds, allow me to say.
You are not answering my question. You are making your closing remarks while trying to disregard my question. My question was about the language used. My question was about the language used. Chun chun ke virodhiyon ko saaf karo. Pick each opponent one by one and destroy them. This is not the language of democracy.
No, Arnab, let me then repeat.
You can want to beat your opponent, but you don't try and say
and let me
saaf
remind
karo.
Rita Bahuguna Joshi tonight. Since this entire thing began with Jaiprakash Narayan ji, let me rewind what he said decades ago. Kursi khali karo, janta aati hai.
और जैसे हाँ ये सब बोलो ना जनता आ रही है.
Manisha Priyam, please.
कुर्सी
Manisha
खाली
Priyam
करो
will
रीता जी,
respond.
जनता आती है.
No, please. I take
Manisha Priyam will respond.
the way you
Smriti
are trying
Irani
to
says
interrupt.
JP also used similarly aggressive language. Manisha, I think it's your turn to respond to Smriti Irani. These are the closing comments on this debate on the News Hour tonight. Yes, please.
Well, there was, the use of language that Mr. Narendra Modi had in Gandhi Maidan, especially when he invoked caste. I think those elements plus the use of harsh language is something that needs to be condemned. On a one-on-one was in fact condemned by Nitish Kumar at Rajgir, and to that extent I concede. But the overall tenor of Mr. Nitish Kumar speaking as a general without foot soldiers, if you realize, Shivanand Tiwari gets up and says, Bud Sugga post nahi manta. So here is a lieutenant, a comrade in arms, coming up in front of him and saying that I don't any longer want to obey you. One of his important cabinet ministers comes up and critiques his own government. So clearly a revolt in the stable, and tomorrow, as you know, there is likely to be the Khabardar rally, which is the Naxal outfits coming together and holding a rally in Patna. So to that extent, on the local ground, the leadership of Nitish Kumar and his party being hemmed in by maybe revolt from within, which he may have to look at. So for a political leader to be able to make a speech of equals, he needs to gain that ground below his feet and then to be able to match up to the challenge that has been, ranged at him from Gandhi Maidan, and the historic significance of Gandhi Maidan is that that's the place where the speeches, the anti-Congress, anti-corruption speeches of Jaiprakash Narayan ji, of Karpuri Thakur, of Naraj Narayan, and if I am not mistaken, even Mr. Hemati Nandan Bahuguna joining in those rallies, I think they were all made in historic Gandhi Maidan, and Nitish Kumar needs to come out of Rajgir and address Mr. Modi point by point, but on a stronger plank of a local party backing him up. I think that's going to be the strong footing. He needs a mandate behind him.
On this debate tonight, Smriti Irani, Devesh Thakur, Rita Bahuguna Joshi and Dr. Manisha Priyam, I thank you very much for joining me on debate number 2 as Nitish hit back at Modi. Thank you very much.